Hello, Great Vic family. Well, I'm coming to you from lockdown, but with an announcement that I had hoped we wouldn't have to make, and that is to confirm that we've made the decision to cancel this year's Great Vic bike ride. For many of you, this news will be expected, and of course we know it's the right decision given the current situation, but after 36 consecutive Great Vics, it's still a tough call for us to put out there. Now, over those 36 years, there isn't much that the Great Vic hasn't experienced. Most people will be familiar with those really big moments in years that have shaped the Great Vic legend, from the rain at Dookie to the 8,000 riders on the Great Ocean Road, right through to a few years back when we were washed out at Mafra. Those moments stand out because they're a great representation of what the Great Vic is. And that is that when we come together every November, we're more than a bike ride. We're a community. We spend 10 days together living and riding and experiencing the very best of regional Victoria. And no matter how the week unfolds, we know that we're there as one. That's what we call the spirit of Great Vic, and we love that we get to share it with each of you, regardless of whether you join us as a rider, a volunteer, part of our contractor family, or living in those host communities that open their doors to us each year. But of course, like most communities at the moment, we do have to make some sacrifices to help get us through the current crisis. And for us, that means that we won't be riding. Now, we're very aware that the impacts of this decision are far-reaching. For our student riders, the Great Vic is a rite of passage that sadly they'll miss out on this year. For our 350 volunteers, it's an enormous celebration of their contribution and generosity. For our riders, the Great Vic is the original holiday here this year experience. And for our team and contractors, it represents 18 months of hard work and planning coming to life. Finally though, for the local communities, the Great Vic brings a significant economic injection, and one that we know is needed now more than ever. So it's with all this in mind that we make our commitment that the Great Vic will be back in 2021. We'll be up in Western Victoria, we'll be riding from the Art Solos to the Grampians. We'll be starting in Rainbow and finishing in Great Western, exactly as we had planned. Everything that you were looking forward to this year will be back next year. And more than ever, we can't wait to welcome you back and continue the tradition of a week in another world. In the meantime, we do encourage you to do what you can to support your local communities, and of course, keep safe and keep pedaling.